Hey, welcome back to the Ready State. Part 2 of talking about rotation intolerance at the knee. So part 1, we said, hey, what is going on? What are the mechanics of the knee? Sometimes we just think, oh, it just flexes. It's a dumb joint. It's not. It's an extraordinary joint. I mean, I've heard people say, in evolutionary terms that the knee is, imperfect, like horse crap. We've gone to the moon. This knee is legit. But failure to appreciate that there are these rotational kinematics that typically get handled in motion is part of the ways that we help untangle this. Which means is, hey, if I always have a choice, I want to make sure that I'm moving. Is my movement language have some rotation? If you've ever been to yoga, man, you turn the foot and rotate into these positions all the time. People have been keeping an eye on this built into the plan. But sometimes, man, we're just humans. Work, on the cycle, we're trying to do the right thing. And so let me interject here and say that one of the reasons we mobilize is to restore position. So if I can't always, theoretically, if I just did a bunch of movement, I could keep it, but sometimes we need a little bit more help than that. And sometimes the motion itself doesn't solve it if I have a tissue stiffness problem. So if you are squatting and you're starting to get your feet straighter and you're experiencing discomfort on the outside of your knee, you may be just rotation intolerant. You just may be missing the rotation. The same way we would say the same thing your elbow. If you just can't rotate your wrist, hey, that's something we can program toward. So check this out. This is one of our go-tos. If someone is having this issue, I just step through, wrap the band around. So I'm just gonna take a wrap here. And all I'm doing is just getting a little tug through the foot. So now the joint is not experiencing compression force, it's experiencing a slight distraction force. And again, what we've talked about is that if the knee sometimes gets caught in this open position, it always is staying open and it can't flex. And so it can't reclaim a good shape. It doesn't tolerate forces well through it. So you can wrap this with a voodoo band. This is our terminal knee extension drill. We talked about it a long time ago. But if I just get a little distraction through here, all I'm gonna do is grab my shin, grab my tibia, and then rotate. So when I grab the shin and tibia, I am trying to rotate internally, which is the same thing as the femur moving externally. So as I do that, I should have some rotation. You can see that I'm able to rotate my tibia and fibula on the femur. But all I do is grab and then flex my quad at the same time. And what I'm doing is just tightening up that system. So I've got a little gap here, this little distraction force gives me room to create the rotation, then I flex and I try to push that leg down, and all I'm doing is maintaining that rotation as I move in and out of a little flexion and extension, which is exactly what the knee needs to do. I have to have this rotation in the knee and not have the knee just stuck into this open position. Note I've set the band so I don't even have to worry about my foot falling out to the outside. It's blocked moving internally, right? Which gives me a little boost in terms of adding this rotation through the system. So somewhere straight up and down, it's blocked by the band. I grab the shin, I internally rotate. And how many of these do I do? Some for a few. Give me a 20 or 30 great quad sets trying to internally rotate the tibia on the femur, which is the same thing as the foot being blocked, trying to create a stable chain event from the hip down. Maybe this is one of the ways we can unload this. Could you be stiff in the calf? I don't know. Could you be stiff in the hamstring? I don't know. Let's go find out. Think about this as a movement system, but sometimes this rotation intolerance is a simple function of not having a joint be able to what it's supposed to be able. See you tomorrow.